if you want to change dictatorship for democracy, you don't have a right to whisper. You must say it out loud, what you want from your society and from your life. My name is Natalia Kaliada, and I'm co-founding artistic director of Belarus Free Theatre. Belarus Free Theatre got founded 20 years ago, underground in Belarus. And we got together with our partners and discussed what can we do when we have dictatorship. And in those particular conditions, we thought that the best way is to go underground, because it was not possible to work on the surface, because it was dictatorship. Whatever you do will be stopped, people will get arrested. We didn't have any building, we didn't have any funding, but we had only that idea that art could change the world. And it's possible for us to even think of saving lives of people with doing art. When we started the theater, my husband, Natalia Kaliada, he was editor-in-chief of number of independent newspapers, and all of them got closed down, and he was owner of the only contemporary art gallery in Belarus. And it's almost like, guess what happened when you do something independent in Belarus? It will get closed down. And we also met our partner, Vladimir Sherbin, who was coming from theater background. And we started from international competition of contemporary plays, because we thought that playwrights are the best X-rays of societies and contemporary playwrights. And then Vladimir directed 4.48 Psychosis by Sarah Kane. And that was the show that we kind of said, let's do it together.
I had the night which everything was revealed to me.
Funny enough, we've been looking for a place in Minsk where to perform that piece. We went to many different locations, and every single venue will say, so tell us what the show is about. And we're like, oh, it's a British playwright, it's Sarah Kane, so she spoke about bipolar world of women, and it's about suicide and mental health and LGBT movement. And like every single venue will say, oh, we cannot have it because if people will see it in Belarus, it will happen to them. But knowing that in Belarus, it's top 3 on suicide, alcoholism, domestic violence. Clearly, we have major LGBT movement in Belarus that is prohibited. So it was very clear that it will not be possible for us to exist on the surface. And we started to go very deep underground. But we knew that underground is better and bigger. You could dig for a long time there. It's yours. In our particular situation, we thought that the role of artist is to provoke. In our particular situation, we were very lucky. We got amazing life patrons of the company. One of them was President Václav Havel, and another British playwright, Tom Stoppard. And both of them became our very close friends, but also mentors. And Václav Havel, when we sat down with him, he said, like, you need to remember one thing. If you want to change dictatorship for democracy, you don't have a right to whisper. You must say it out loud, what you want from your society and from your life. And Tom Stoppard, who arrived underground to Belarus, and he met families of those people who've been kidnapped and killed. He met political prisoners. And on the way to the airport, after he spent a week with us, and I spoke with him and I said, what do you think, like, what is dictatorship? And he said, you need to remember one thing, Natalia. Dictatorship is not a political issue. Dictatorship is a moral issue. And this is where all of it got together, because it became clear to us that morality and creativity together create that particular mix that put dictators into a panic mode. And this is what contemporary artists we see must do. In our case, as we lost lots of our friends who'd been kidnapped and killed, bodies never found, many of our friends went through jail and torture, we lost family members. It became clear that in our personal situation, we understand that we don't have a luxury to be apolitical, and we don't have time to be apolitical. That's why we do think that art has to create a very high quality. It's not about propaganda. It's not about agitprop. It's about creating very high quality art, but putting that into provocative world. And we need to create those spaces that will make people think, but also will allow people to dream. And in that world of dreams, we're able to create that world that we want to live in. This is the aim. We had emergency exit of the whole company in 2021 when members of the company went through jail in 2020 after revolution in Belarus. And they've been forced to sign different protocols that if they get arrested once again, they will go to jail for 8 years. And it was that particular moment when it was necessary to make a decision that we need to get members of the company out of the country. Some of them left before on their own when they got released out of jail. And it was their decisions to leave the country because they didn't feel safe after being arrested and going through tortures in Belarusian jails of August of 2020. But through the years of our existence, even when Nikolai and me became refugees in the UK, we became pioneers of live streams. So every single show that we will do, we will organize a live stream, because our aim was to give that particular online product, and I'm calling product as our shows, as coming from marketing background, so like I hope everyone will forgive me on it. We will stream it in order to prove that we are much stronger than any dictator. And either it's physical borders or cyber borders, we will overcome it. And we will stream those shows. At some point, it was amazing when we've been streaming from Edinburgh, Trash Cuisine, the show that talks about capital punishment, where we talk about capital punishment in different continents of the world, all continents. And Europe is on that list only because of Belarus, because Belarus continues to implement capital punishment. That particular day from Edinburgh, we've been watched by 70,000 people. And one of the critics wrote to say they are rock stars from theater. And it was exactly that particular idea that fundraising for the art is so enormously difficult and challenging that in our particular situation, when we will secure, then we will give back to the world that doesn't have that access to the art at full scale. Those people who will come physically, it's one thing. They are in a luxury situation and privileged situation to come and see that theater face to face. Those who continue to live under dictatorship or not under dictatorship, like because we've been watched from Japan, Australia, New Zealand, they will understand that it's possible for them to access. But we've been also streaming to elderly homes in order for people who don't have any single chance to go to a physical show and watch it, they will watch it and they will feel part of that community. Because in our situation, it's about building movements and communities and make them stable and organize those like-minded people who will believe that with art, we are able to create that world where we want to live. It's interesting, like for so many years, we've been told that, oh, you do political theater. And we will say, no, we don't. Because we feel that it's not politics, but it's life, actually. And every single decision that has to be made by a person, what you eat, where your children go to school, kindergartens, medication, what film you watch, what newspaper you read, this is life, it's not politics. That's why artists will not be able even to try to avoid to be out of life, because politics is just life. Politicians created that particular narrative saying that stay away from politics, we'll tell you what to do. But this is what they do. They're taking you from life and they're taking control of your life. And it's about exactly take control of your life, over your life. And this is what it means. It's not politics, it's life. I remember I was kind of staying on the crossroad in driving my car, and my father was staying kind of and like almost not able to show that he is waving to me. And I said, like, Dad, we will be back in 2 weeks. It's 15 years later, like we're not back. And he was a teacher on Actor's Voice, and he lost his voice after we got out, and he understood that we are not able to come back. And I remember when we got on a call with him, and he was whispering and saying, like, make sure that you tell your daughters that you need to keep fighting for freedom. And that was started by your grandparents. And that was one important moment for me when I knew that even whispering, he was able to deliver to me the message that you need to continue to fight for freedom. And in his particular situation, when he passed away 2 years ago, his last name is so dangerous for the dictatorship that people got warned that if they come to the funeral, they will be arrested, and Belarusian service will not be allowed. And white, red, white flag was not allowed at his coffin. But remembering that he was whispering that you must keep fighting for that freedom, it meant so much. So that's the thing that I will tell myself and to my children. We must finish what we've started. And we've started the movement for humanity to continue to stay alive by means of art. And this is what we will be doing. That choice of life was conscious. It was not accidental. So we keep fighting. And this is what I will say to myself. I think it's pretty easy. In reality, is just coming from Eastern Europe. I would say, let's stop whining and don't complain. It just get your shit together and start to create that life that you want to have. So create that particular narrative that you see as a part of your life. So it means that just keep doing in what you believe in. Like if you create the art, don't wait that somebody will come and save you. Don't wait for anyone to give you money to support that art. It's just do that particular art that you want to do. And for any person, it doesn't matter whether you're a journalist or a doctor, it's just believe in your profession, believe that you're just a human. And when you need to make human choices, then defend that humanity. Tell you the truth, it's not unprecedented. We've been there, we've done that, it's a shitty show, but there is that particular situation when we simply need to act. And I remember when we got to San Francisco, it was an amazing t-shirt and it was written, "Don't tell me, show me." And since that time, it's exactly what I say. Don't tell me, show me. So it's not as precedented. It's very clear instructions organized by the system, by the power. Same time, we need to create that particular model where our model will be much stronger than theirs. And this is where, again, you and me put together morality and creativity into the action and continue to create. And don't tell, don't wait, just show it, do it, and then the world will belong to us.